car accidents. Well, to me, when I look at it as those were ways God was trying to get my attention. I feel like for years now, God has been trying to talk to me, and I haven't been receptive. So it had to get to a point where it's like, look, if you're not going to listen on your own free will, then I got to find a way to make you listen. So those car accidents definitely opened my eyes tremendously. Man, y'all already know what it is. Yours truly, boy Mike, franchise player.
Greetings! Everything going on. Franchise file.
Look at it one more time. Yo, hold on, wait. Let me flex on them right quick.
Y'all at home, y'all about to get a front row seat of me recouping everything I lost this year.
Now, the crazy thing about each one is I remember my last thought, and I can remember actually going through each one. The first one happened March 1st, 2014. And I remember when I was coming out of the Kroger parking lot. This happened in Huntsville, Alabama. When I was coming out of the parking lot, I looked to my left, and when I saw the car, it had a signal light on, so I was like, alright. So my assumption was the car was going to turn into the Kroger parking lot, so I can go. And literally, like, my last thought right before I went out was, I shouldn't be doing this. As soon as I could put the period at the end of that sentence, I don't remember the collision itself. The only thing I remember for sure was, the thought was, I should not be doing this. And then when I came to, airbags just everywhere. All of them deployed. And I remember coming to, looking around. I didn't even think to check myself. As soon as I jumped out the car, everybody that came running to me, I was like, no, go check on them. Make sure they're good. I'm here. I got out the car. I'm straight. Go check on them. The people in the other car, they put on quite a show. The male that was driving the car, he got out of the car, rolled over, he kept spitting, acting like he was coughing up blood stuff. He just kept looking up like, man, don't you know this is your fault? Man, you know this is your fault, man. Then the female got out of the car. She seemed alright at first. Then looked over at him. Like, oh my God, I had a panic attack. Like, literally had a panic attack right in front of the police once they showed up. Oh my God. Then just passed out. That was my relief from the situation. It went from being like a shocking moment to being like, man, this is getting ridiculous. I'm just ready to get this over with. And that was my 2013 Chevy Malibu. That was the first car I ever bought in my name. So of course it had sentimental value there. The second car accident happened August 15, 2014, same year. Literally a couple months later. What was happening was I was going from Montgomery to Huntsville because one of my frat brothers, he was heading to Texas. So I was heading to his going away shindig, the irony, right? He was heading to Texas, now I'm in Texas. So I was heading from Montgomery to Huntsville on I-65. And traffic was just crazy. For some odd reason, traffic was just crazy that day. So I just made a decision like, I'm just gonna turn around and go home because by the time I get there, it's probably gonna be over. So I turned around and went home. And as I was coming home, I was trying to switch lanes and I felt the steering wheel kind of lock up on me. So I was like, man, what is going on? So of course, when I did that, I over adjusted. So I went from a state of confusion, like what's going on with my steering wheel, to not even realizing I was into the second turn when I went off the road. So what happened was I ended up swerving on the street, going into the ditch, did 2 rolls. So the first one happened quick, like the first roll happened, I didn't even realize I was in an accident, but the second, once I went airborne, once the second roll happened, that's when I knew. I was like, I did what anybody else would have done in that situation. Like, I did all I could think to do at that moment is like, you know what, just relax, just wait for it to be over, just relax. So So the phases of the car accident was what's wrong with my steering wheel? Oh man. So once I went up in the second row and just relaxed, opened my eyes, made sure I was alright, looked around. I mean, that was the worst one out of all three of them. That was literally the worst one. So that one, I can't recall my heart beating faster and harder and my adrenaline running, just rushing throughout my body so quickly ever in my life. That car accident was literally, that one should have been the one that made me just stop driving altogether. That one should have shook me for life, but I'm just being young and feeling like I'm Superman, gotta do everything. So, I mean, the roof was caved in, the whole everything was just boom. That was a 2004 Toyota Camry. That was actually my parents' car. They let me borrow that car until I could replace the 2013 Malibu I just wrecked in March. And the messed up part about it was I just got work done on that car. I think I just switched out the mirror and something else. I just got work done on that car, just turned around and told it. And then a year later, August 18th, 2015, got into the third accident. After I turned around and bought another 2013 Chevy Malibu. I was coming back from Tennessee, and I was just reminiscing. I was reminiscing about what had happened a few hours prior, just reminiscing on life. Like, man, life is good, everything's great. I got this going on, I got that going on, everything's great. So as I got so deep into my thoughts, of course, highway hypnosis kicked in. So fatigue behind the wheel, you know what that's gonna lead to. So what happened was I ended up swerving off the road, and there was a rail in the middle of the road too. So you have interstate, the little middle area, the rails in the middle, and then the other side of the interstate. So the car literally went. So I went from heading south to heading north. The crazy thing is, Rock was in the car with me. Rock's over there on the sofa, by the way. But yeah, she was in the car with me. And right after everything had happened, the first thing I did, I looked in the back seat. I made sure she was safe. Made sure she was okay. She got her car tail just a whack and all that. Whatever. But I mean, that particular accident was alright, Mike, you just gotta chill. You just gotta slow down. Like, this is getting ridiculous now. Like, it went from being shocking to now this is just like, why? But the crazy thing was about that accident in particular, that was the first time I was ever like, look, if this is the end, I'm content. If this is the end, so be it. And that kind of surprised me, looking back on it, because I've never felt that way before, period. Usually it's like, no, I gotta keep, can't go out like that, I can't. But for some odd reason, after that particular accident, I was like, look, it is what it is. That's weird to me. To this day, that still intrigues me. I feel like I finally get, especially after what happened earlier this year. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and speak on that. I feel like with the car accidents, and then with the way everything played out at the beginning of the year, the things that happened at work, the things that happened at school, the things that happened in my personal life, it was literally God saying, look, you are not listening. So I have to literally take everything away from you that you care about, that matters to you, and make you listen to me. And now I'm all ears. I'm definitely receptive to whatever he wants to say. And I definitely trust his plan. Because before I used to be one of those, this is going to happen at this time, I used to really plan things out. Like, when I hit this age, I'm going to do this. Now it's just, when the time is right, man. I'm on his watch. Whenever he wants it to happen, it'll happen. And so, I mean, that's how I'm living now. Also, I changed one huge aspect of my life. I'm actually, because of everything that happened, I truly feel like he was telling me to be selfish. Just stop fooling around. So now I'm living a selfish life, because I seriously feel like if I slip up again, I'm done. So now I'm just really focused on my spiritual life, my grades, my goals, and just being great, you know, because you really do only have one shot at life, so you gotta make the most of it. I'm curious to see what my purpose on earth is, because for me to go through everything I've been through and still be here and to survive something like that without any serious injuries, I mean, there's a reason why I'm still here, and I'm curious to see what it is, and I can't wait to find out. And whatever he wants me to do, so be it.